Hey everybody, look, we're here today in a very special studio. It's not just any studio, it's a rather special space. We're here with a tattoo artist, Kruti Andrade. Very recently, through Get Creative Goa, I discovered her work, and ever since I discovered her work, I kind of fell in love with it. I loved the simplicity, to be honest, really the simplicity in her work. And when I had a chat with her, even though she does different genres right now, it's that big, bold kind of vibe, the geometry that she really loves and specializes in. And I think that's what I felt as well when I looked at her work. So we've been in touch back and forth, and she's been kind enough to let us into her studio today, wherein as Get Creative Goa, we're going to have a chat with her and explore different areas of tattooing and the tattoo culture in Goa. So there's really no other place to go because I'm sitting right next to her. Hi Kruti.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Is the rain and the monsoons treating you well?
It's peaceful. I love it.
I know the rest of us are getting pretty hammered. It's quite intense right now.
Yeah. Apart from the fact that you can't wake up in the morning to do anything at all.
Absolutely. Yeah. As a tattoo artist and as a person, are you very organized? How organized does a tattoo artist have to be?
The thing is, I think it reflects your personality or who you are as a person. So if you are someone who's very organized in your private life at home, then your studio or your art is going to be organized, or the entire process, as a matter of fact. So it's a reflection of exactly who you are.
Makes sense, because your studio looks super organized and super clean.
Thank you.
And I know you just opened a drawer some time ago and everything was like so precise. I was like, you're probably a very organized kind of person.
I am, you're right.
And maybe is that a reason why you might actually like you like lines and geometry? And
I do.
that
I think something that has a form, a definition, symmetry, all of that, it really grabs my attention because I am that kind of a person. I do like abstract art form, but that is not who I am.
Got it.
So when I was just out of college, and basically at that time I had no clue as to what I want to do in life, and I happened to venture out and I happened to meet a few people in Bombay who practiced tattooing commercially in a studio called Shoryuken.
Okay.
So I met this artist called Kruti Andrade there, and it so happened that they offered me a job to be a part of the studio, to run the counter, to manage it basically.
Okay.
So I was a part of the studio, and then he got to know that I'm really good with my hands and I can learn if taught well. So he started training me, and that's how it came to me. I
Very
picked it up.
interesting.
I was the shop apprentice, which means I had to open the shop, shut the shop, sanitize, sweep and swab, transfer the designs, trace everything, do the entire process but tattoo.
All right.
And then after 2 months or so, I did get the machine in my hand, and when the artist got to know that I'm good at it, then I really formally got trained into this. So it was a flow. It just kept happening, and I just kept getting absorbed more and more into this. And this is the only thing that I've been doing so far. I think it's been 10, 11 years that I'm in this industry, and this is the only thing I do.
Got it.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you had that machine for the first time in your hand?
I was crazy scared.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was, because knowing what to do and how to do, I knew everything. But then actually tattooing a human being skin for the first time, I was terrified.
Really?
I really was. I think I killed that person. But then it does take experience. It does take a lot of practice to know how to do things right. But in terms of tattooing, because every tattoo that I do is a new tattoo on a new person that I've never done before. So for me, my only goal is to get it right, to make it as perfect as I can, and the person is happy and he's having a good experience. So it's a new experience for me and my client.
Basic question. Why do you think people want to get tattoos?
It's subjective. For most people, it's to be cool.
Cool, okay.
I want to be cool, so I want to get a tattoo done. For most, it could be my friend has one. It's fashionable. For a lot of other people, it's cultural defiance. I'm a rebel. I'm a black sheep of my family. I will do something that is not allowed in my family, I'm going to do it. That's how I got my first tattoo.
Okay.
You know, to be to have a sense of being powerful, or to have a sense of being different from the rest of the group. It could be a sign of loyalty. It could be religious, to belong to a particular set of group or people. So it's very subjective why people get that.
So recently when I was reading about, tattoo psychology, tattoo art and tattoo culture, it seems that through studies that have been done, people with tattoos are high risk takers. They're put in the high risk categories, or rather they've been boxed into this thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, there's also a study wherein they say people who have tattoos also are people that have either mental health problems or trauma and things of that sort. How do you agree with this point of view?
People who get tattooed, they are boxed into categories, like I said, rebels, or how they portray in movies. The bad guys will have visible tattoos. People who are into negative stuff, the prisoners, will have tattoos. So that is kind of associated also with getting inked. But I think most people do get tattoos to just feel different. And for a lot of people, this could also be a therapy session to get tattoos, to deal with pain. How you deal with pain, how your body or your mind deals with physical pain is therapeutic for a lot of people. And for most, they do get deeper than just tattooing, and they open up their mind and their body and feel, different.
Freer maybe in a way when they're
free, or because there is a certain level of intimacy or comfort involved with the tattoo artist and the client.
Got it.
It doesn't matter if it's a small tattoo or a big. Every tattoo has a story also, and they open up in the process of getting tattooed.
And I'm guessing for some people it could be quite intense, because some tattoos can take over 5-6 hours of work.
Yes.
So you're there in that process wherein the execution is happening, but not just the execution, the body has to deal and process all of that physical pain.
It's tiring. So I have to make sure that we are well fed, including me. There's constant water or juice, hydration, correct light and temperature. It can't be very hot or very cold. The music has to be right, not very dull or not very loud. Only if you prefer, whatever genre, I can put whatever music you like, but you have to be comfortable in every way possible, in terms of what you're wearing, how you're sitting, everything. So it's my job to make sure that my client is comfortable in my space.
Absolutely. Where do you think, now that you've been in Goa for a bit, what's the tattoo culture in Goa like? Are there many tattoo artists here, and what's going on with the tattoo culture?
There are a lot of tattoo artists in Goa. So I don't want to name any places, but there are places where there are tons of tattoo studios, 2 in each lane. They are all professional and hygienic, but we don't know what they are doing. They are small shops. They are young people sitting and tattooing, and they are doing the basic commercial tattooing. Come sit. You've come to me to get a tattoo. I will not let you go without a tattoo. They are charging very cheap per square inch. And they're doing basic tattooing. So this is for the uneducated in terms of tattooing, uneducated crowd that comes to Goa, and the norm that, okay, because I'm in Goa, I can have a couple of drinks, go get a tattoo done.
In terms of the tattooing community, are you guys close here? I mean, we know that there used to be a tattoo festival,
yes,
because of COVID that got disrupted,
yeah,
and hopefully will come back. But I'm guessing that a lot of tattoo artists used to visit Goa at that point in time. So is the tattoo community here close with each other?
Yeah, we are. We know everyone in India and internationally, because we've met at these conventions everywhere, Indian and international conventions. The convention that happened in Goa was so beautiful. We have a family of people, and we look forward to that month, February, every year for them to come. And the majority of the crowd came from Europe, UK, those places, and sweetest people, professional tattoo artists. But when you're with them, you learn so much more about their culture and their norms and, you know, similar things. So it's an exchange of knowledge. Plus, Goa is a beautiful place to sit back, relax, and talk about art.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. There are a lot of Indian artists also who come. We were a part of it for so many years. The organizer is from Dublin. So beautiful, but hopefully next year it should be back again. And it's a beautiful thing, this Goa Tattoo Convention. I really miss it. You know, I want these people to come back to Goa.
Tell me also, Kruti, just like, you know, musicians have idols that they look up to and want to attend concerts or play on stage with, whatever. As a tattoo artist, do you have favorites and people that you would want to meet or get tattooed by?
I think these people have, there are few I look up to and they have become my favorites after meeting them.
Okay.
I have seen their work online. Big, beautiful stuff. Maybe someday I want to do that, or maybe someday I want to get a client who would let me do that on them. You know, I want to get tattooed by them. But when I met them in real life is when I really got to know what kind of people they are. The most genuine, the most beautiful souls. You'll fall in love with them and the art that they do. And I would always like to get tattooed by someone like that.
Got it.
Who I'm more comfortable with.
Got it.
Who I can open up.
So it's not really about like getting a tattoo from some kind of big name, but it's, I guess for you, it's more about getting a tattoo with somebody that you have a relationship, or there's something that
someone I know or I'm comfortable with, because I would like to know who's tattooing me. Every time I look at my tattoo, I remember the face of the person who's done it for me, and I think this stays with me for life. So it is very important who tattoos me, not just a big name. You know, come get tattooed and go. I want to have an experience.
Got it. You might need to have a little think about this. Is simply put, what has tattooing taught you about life, about yourself?
Tattooing has taught me one very important behavioral thing. You know, like it's taught me discipline. It's taught me focus. Where to put my focus, on whom, and where not to put my focus. Discipline, I think, is the most important thing it has taught me, and it shows in the work that I do. Everything is organized, and like you said, you know, so it has made me like that. Also, it makes you a very diplomatic person at times, because you are dealing with so many people, like say one new person a day, and you don't want them to see you, not entirely. It's very intriguing for a person to look at me. Most people think that I'm very intimidating. I'm a female with a needle in the hand. When you are here in front of me, I'm the boss. You have to listen to me. You have to sit. You have to deal with the pain. You have to do this. So it's very intimidating for them. But then at the same time, it's taught me to be a very gentle person, you know, and make them comfortable when they are with me. So a lot of things, it's made me the happiest that I am right now. It's given me everything that I have in terms of living, house, money, finances, lifestyle. It's given me the lifestyle that I wanted, and more importantly, it's given me the freedom that I have. I can choose to tattoo for an entire week, and for the next week I can choose to ride my bike or spend time with my family. You know, so there is no boss, or there is no 9 to 5 pressure, working under pressure. It has given me my freedom, which I think I enjoy the most, being in this profession.
When you enter a very formal space with these tattoos, do you think you are judged, and do people take you less seriously?
There are times when I really want to show my work, the work that I have. There are times when I don't want attention, or I can't. I simply put a jacket on. I just put a full sleeve jacket on, and you can't see anything that I have. So the reason why I've not gotten any visible tattoos, meaning face, neck, here, is because I can simply put a jacket on and make them disappear. So when I have to go to the school or at a village function, any kind of formal office or any kind of environment where I need to be formal, I just put a jacket on. It's gone. But there are times, like most of the time, I want people to see what I have.
That's good. So that means we still have a fair bit to go in terms of the social understanding and acceptance of people who wear tattoos. Like I think not just you, but there have been times wherein I have walked into spaces with my tattoos, and I think that definitely kind of puts an impression in people's minds. So
It does.
So I think we've got a bit of a journey there. And the last question I have for you is there anything that you'd like to say, because this is going to be on Get Creative Goa, where there are going to be artists, younger minds watching it, people that could use wisdom or input or insights. Is there anything you'd like to say to our creative community from the experiences and life experiences as well as artistic experiences that you've had?
What I would like to say is art has a lot of medium, a lot of genres. You can do anything and become an artist. If you pick metal, you can do stuff with that. If you pick a paintbrush, you can do stuff with that. For me, I'm tattooing. So for me, this is the only thing I know, and this is the only thing that I will continue to do for as long as I can or have the strength in me, at least for now. But the young people now, because everything is so available online, there are people who are ready to teach you anything that you want to learn. There are professional schools. You can get help. Back in the day, there was not much help for me, but now there is. So you can select. Maybe that's a journey that you have to make inwards, and you have to think about what you really want to do, and then pick what you want to do and just do it, and not get bored or not feel like it's not giving me enough returns in terms of mental satisfaction with work, or financially it's not giving me much. But you have to put in that effort. You have to build yourself. You have to be an individual, knowing what you specialize in or what your capacity is. How can you be different from the rest of the people who are doing the same thing that you are doing? So that is your journey, and unless you don't do that, you'll never figure out.
So basically, stay committed,
and not that not try different things. Try different things, because if you don't try it, you will never know what you can do or cannot do, what your hands can do and cannot do, what you're skilled at. So maybe try it, but then once you get the feel of it, once you are in the flow, maybe just keep flowing, because that's what I did, and it really worked for me.
Kruti, thank you so much for having this conversation with us. First of all, I have to thank you for letting us into, I think, a rather sacred space, because as artists, the studio is the most sacred space for them.
Yeah.
So thank you for allowing us to come into this space, sharing it with us, as well as sharing your time and your thoughts. And I do hope that you have many opportunities in your life where that hunger and thirst that you have will get the opportunity. You'll have the chance to go and satisfy that hunger and thirst. So all the best to you and your journey. And at Get Creative Goa, we will continue to support you and do whatever we can.
Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, so that was my conversation with Kruti Andrade. She's a tattoo artist here based in Goa. Look her up on Instagram. We will tag her in the captions, so feel free to look her up. And if you're interested in getting a tattoo, you've heard that she is now available to take your booking, and you've already got a sense of who she is and what she does. So if you think it fits the bill, reach out to her on Instagram. In the meanwhile, be well, and like I always say, wherever you are, whatever you do, I usually say get creative. This time I'm going to say get curious.
Get curious.
Yeah. So stay curious, because curiosity is the fuel for creativity.
Yeah.
So be well and take care of yourself. Cheers.
Bye bye.